news show, which kind of became the Moshe News somehow and then eventually turned into a weekly rant about nothing very important. Anyways, so I prepared a speech over here in which I just wanted to say thank you.
Buenas noches, soy Nancy Cruz.
Por tercer año consecutivo regresa la serie de conciertos gratuitos Jazz and the Gables. Salga de la rutina laboral y venga a disfrutar de la música en vivo.
Have you seen Claude? Is it recording? Did you guys hear that the President of the United States was in Crown Heights just like a week or two ago? I mean, it was really cool because he's only been in New York 33 times total since he became a president. Not once has he ever been in Brooklyn. So when he came to Brooklyn, he stopped in Crown Heights and I was like, oh my gosh, we get to meet the President. I mean, how often does that happen? Apparently never. Seriously, it was so sad. Like, you had all these parents who was like, guys, we're gonna go see the President, let's go! And everyone's marching to Kingston Avenue. But no, the whole thing was just over so quickly. For those of you who weren't there, I took the liberty of getting some footage for you. Whoops, how'd that footage get in there? I don't know. Who would even make that comparison between them? Oh, hang on a second, I think that's the NSA. Look, no one thought this was supposed to be a meet and greet the President. Right, but when you hear that the President of the United States is passing through the main street in your community, you get excited, you bring your kids and your camera and you stand there like everyone else, you know, waving. And so when the President's motorcade just, you know, zoomed by, everyone got upset and I started hearing these voices like from other people on the street. Of course, what else would I be talking about? You know, people were saying maybe the President wasn't even in the car to begin with. Total conspiracy theory, I know, but maybe he went a different way for, you know, security purposes. Another person's like, oh, well, maybe he just didn't like the residents of Crown Heights, so he just zoomed past so he wouldn't have to see any of us. Which is totally ridiculous. Crazy conspiracy theories, just keep that to yourself. Maybe the President is actually an android robot designed by billionaire people in order to control the government and the entire world. And the reason he didn't wave to us was because his batteries weren't charged yet. It was actually, I said that out loud. I was the guy who said that. I'm just gonna clue you guys in on a little tip. It happens to be, after the President's helicopter landed in Prospect Park, they got in the motorcade and they started driving, there was an incident and it was caught on camera. There's footage of it. I will show it to you in a second. Look guys, here's the deal. He is the President of the United States. Like, there's a lot of things happening in the world now. And so if he didn't get to slow down and wave to you, he's the President. He doesn't have to slow down for anyone. Maybe it was a matter of national security. But whose place is it to start complaining and arguing about it? So back to that incident I was talking about, right after the President's helicopter touched down Prospect Park, and then they got in the motorcade and started driving away, this flock of geese came out of nowhere. So that's why they went so quickly. Sheesh. You guys have to judge everyone favorably, you know. Yeah, and this flock was no ordinary flock of geese. They were like, I don't know, protesting an oil spill in their pond or the ocean or global warming. I have no idea what it was. And speaking of totally innocent gestures being blown out of proportion by people who are just looking to stir up controversy, a man by the name of Dr. Biddy Telly walked around the streets of Crown Heights and hung up posters that had a picture of, get ready for it, the Nazi Germany symbol, the swastika. A lot of people started getting really angry when they saw this, and soon enough, a local news channel, Channel 12, they showed up and they got in contact with Dr. Biddy. Apparently, it was all one big misunderstanding.
Controversial flyers recently posted in Crown Heights are rubbing some residents the wrong way. They have a swastika drawn on them. In this story, only on 12 tonight, the man who created them says it's not hate speech.
He says the swastika on these signs have no relation to anti-Semitism and that it actually means benediction or speaking to God.
My reference to the swastika is in relation to its etymology meaning, which is the original and true meaning. The meaning that that brother was referring to is the connotation meaning, which is the unoriginal, untrue, and deceptive meaning.
When I initially saw the sign, or other people saw the sign, I think we all had the same exact reaction.
You can't go ahead and let some psycho go putting up things that are you know, instigating to a community.
And who could blame us, you know what I mean? So I'm happy that the good doctor, he got on television, on the news, and he explained everything from his perspective. And I'm happy he did it in good timing, because otherwise, you know, you don't want people to misconstrue things and then right away they just can't control themselves and they, you know. And really, when I watched that video of him speaking on the news the first time, the second time, the third time, I got a strong sense of the following two things. Number one, Dr. Biddy's an innocent guy. He didn't mean any harm. He wouldn't harm a fly, okay? He's a nice guy. It just came out the wrong way. And number two, someone right away has to set this whole entire video to auto-tune and turn it into a viral video. Please, just whoever you know, make it happen, because we will all be very happy.
Controversial flyers recently posted in Crown Heights are rubbing some residents the wrong way. They have a swastika drawn on them. In this story, only on 12 tonight, the man who created them says it's not hate speech.
He says the swastika on these signs have no relation to anti-Semitism, and that it actually means benediction or speaking to God.
My reference to the swastika is in relation to its etymology meaning, which is the original and true meaning. The meaning that the brother was referring to is the connotation meaning, which is the unoriginal, untrue, and deceptive meaning.
You can't go ahead and let some psycho go putting up things that are, you know, instigating to the community.
My reference to the swastika is in relation to its etymology meaning, which is the original and true meaning. The meaning that the brother was referring to is the connotation meaning, which is the unoriginal, untrue, and deceptive meaning.
Controversial flyers recently posted in Crown Heights are rubbing some residents the wrong way. They have a swastika drawn on them. In this story, only on 12 tonight.
Gosh, a year. Has it really been a full year? I couldn't have done it without you guys. There wouldn't have been a point to do it without you guys. Thank you for being here, for these interactions, for the liking, for the sharing, for the comments, for being part of this. Thank you. Now, of course, there are still some people out there who think that, you know, I'm
some psycho.
And for what it's worth, he's right. But I mean, I think we all are. I think we all have a little bit of that crazy inside of us, because without it, the world would be just a blah place. So, my friends, to another successful year of growing interactions between us. L'chaim, to life.